Hello, my lovely Sagittariuses out there. I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be your weekly reading for the week of the 12th to the 18th. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope you guys have an incredible week ahead, but let's see for ourselves, okay? Just wanted to mention that I do still have my lovely Aura app link down below. There is a 7-day free trial. It's an amazing app. It has everything on it from meditations to sleep sounds. If you struggle with your sleep, then those really help me out. If you're wanting to connect with yourself, there's loads of things on there. Give it a go. If not, definitely check out my video that I've done on how it helped me. That will also be linked down below. There's a ton of stuff on there. It's literally risk-free. It's 7-day free trial, so definitely check that out. It's my shameless plug of the month. But it honestly is a really good app. So like I would never promote anything on my page that I actually didn't believe in. So it's the only thing in the whole 3 years I've ever gone, actually, I loved it. I think you guys will love it too. You get 25% off if you do love it. All right, so if you do want to go with the membership, then that link will roll on to a 25% off discount. So if you do like it, then there you go. It's a lovely little thing. But anyway, let's dive into your reading, my angels. We also have a soulmate deck here for love and romance, which we'll do later on. All right, but let's dive into your reading. I'm going to give it one last shuffle. All right. Sorry, I'm making that face because I just ate something. I had my breakfast. So I'm like, yeah. All right. Anyway, let's see your current energy. For the week, Sagittarius is a little bit disappointed. All right. 5 of Cups brings in a sense of like, damn, I really wish it didn't happen. You know, it's like looking at the bad of a situation, which is normal. There is a message behind this saying, hey, look, there are other things to focus on though. So yeah, grieve that situation. Something has disappointed you. It's okay to touch on those feelings, understand them, feel through them. Sometimes you got to cry and that's okay, but you got to pick yourself up and look in a different direction and keep going with what you have got left, okay? So let's clarify. Let's see what it is that's disappointing you. Let's see why is this energy in your energy, Sagittarius. Page of Swords. This could potentially be somebody in your surroundings. It's clarifying your energy though, so take it how it resonates. For some of you, you're disappointed over somebody, what they have said. Page of Swords is somebody who is triggered. So either you are triggered about something that's happened and it's causing you to feel a little bit, it's triggered something within you that may still need to heal. I will be honest, the Page of Swords is my kind of like inner child card. This relates to things that do need to be healed. Otherwise, we just want to go and get angry at everything. In order to find some sense of peace, we have to kind of understand that these things that trigger you or that are triggering you don't really deserve your time and energy. So there is that. If the Page of Swords is you, then something's peed you off. All right, something has got you angry. Something's got you, peed off is what I want to say, because you are upset about it, but the way that you might be reacting to it is completely like, yeah, screw this, I'm gonna say something. You know, so be careful of that. If it is someone around you, then it could be, again, someone else's triggered energy. They may have done something and it has upset you, okay, because of their inability to heal something within themselves. This could be jealousy. I will be honest. Page of Swords could be jealousy. It could be just, you know, the feelings that come up with this is jealousy. It is like maybe something is triggered an abandonment wound and you or someone else, or someone is just feeling inferior, and because of that they may have said something or done something. All right, let's see. Challenge for the week. Knight of Swords is rushing in. Your challenge is to try and not do this. Or like, I don't know what that noise was about. We're gonna forget I did that. But this is an energy of like, I feel a conflict. I feel like there has been a conflict, or there is still a lingering conflict. I don't know exactly what it is, but something's peed you off and you're trying not to rush forward and say what's on your mind. Knight of Swords could also be, for some of you, you know, I want to up and leave. I'm going to run away. I'm going to, you know, it's quick thinking, you know, it's based on just something and one thought rather than the whole picture. You know, if you do just decide to, you know, quit your job or get up and leave, then, you know, it makes things a little bit harder for ourselves. So we want to be making sure that we're doing things more tactfully than just rushing into conclusions, jumping to conclusions. Okay, make sure you're sitting and thinking about something first before rushing into anything. Okay, that's something I will say. Clarify the Knight of Swords. Again, communication could be an issue, could be a bit of a misunderstanding, or someone just being an a-hole. But let's see, why is the Knight of Swords here as a challenge? The Wheel of Fortune. This is your energy, to be honest. You do the King of Wands here as well. The Wheel of Fortune is usually speaking about a ton of events. Okay, things are changing. The wheel is changing. The wheel is turning. What goes up must come down, vice versa. So Knight of Swords with this energy, it's also a card of fortune or expansion. It generally is a good card. The Knight of Swords as your challenge with the Wheel of Fortune. I will clarify. I'm going to be honest and say that I don't get a clear message from that. So why is the Knight of Swords a challenge? Oh, rushing into something could again change a bit of the fate or turn the wheel in maybe a way we don't really want. That could be something here. So let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Swords. Eight of Swords, again, feeling kind of stuck and trapped based on your circumstances. So can I get advice? I don't usually do that. But what would be the advice then? The Tower card. Oh, I feel like something has to fall apart anyway. I think that's what it's trying to say. Inevitably, there is a Tower card. Oh, I think that this is actually... I know that we don't have a twos here, so it's not really about making a decision. But I am kind of feeling like it is. I'm almost feeling like you're really kind of... There's a phrase saying that you're in between a rock and a hard place. Basically means you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You know, it's almost like that kind of energy is here. Now, don't worry. This doesn't mean your whole life is gonna, you know, fall into the pits. I'm not saying that. When I say damned if you do, damned if you don't, it means that this situation almost doesn't really have a good outcome because you're dealing with something clearly very difficult and people who are very difficult. That's why you're triggered. That's why you're peed off here, because someone's making your life harder than it needs to be. Now, Wheel of Fortune again represents fates. The wheel will turn whenever it needs to. It's just the nature of life. Knight of Swords, this feels a bit of a decision. Now, the Tower, something's going to completely fall apart anyway. It's not, the foundation is not stable enough. The people involved are not, you know, collaborating or cooperating. This is divine intervention. This has to happen. I think you know that too. It's like a ticking time bomb I'm hearing. Right, now, it's almost like either way something will transpire. You can feel that. I don't feel like you should run ahead anyway. So, I mean, I can't really give you advice on this, to be fair. I will try and we'll see during the reading what it says here. Because it's like, the Eight of Swords is like feeling stuck in a situation. And I feel like that's what it's resembling here, is that you feel stuck. You feel like something is completely mistreating you. Something is beyond your control. A part of you wants to rush in and I'm laughing because like this is hard. Whatever you're going through this week is quite hard. The Tower card is your advice. Clearly something is meant to fall apart, and maybe you've been trying to not let that happen, or delaying something, or again, like, I think that your advice is to let the universe step in, let them do that, let something fall apart. If it's so if it's so difficult to hold it all together, then let it all fall. You know, that's the energy I'm feeling. Because a Wheel of Fortune, like, fate is changing, which is a good thing. The Knight of Swords, just be careful of your words, or, you know, the way that you deal with it. Make sure that the way that you handle the situation is thought through thoroughly, so that you don't, you know, look back and regret it. But at the same time, don't allow something to bully you, or don't allow something to make you feel stuck, because Eight of Swords really does say you're not as stuck as you think you are. Yes, you are stuck, meaning that life has kind of pushed you, or your environment, not life, the environment that you're in or have been in, clearly has pushed you in a corner here. Now, yes, making a decision to untie yourself from the situation clearly is going to change a lot of things for you. And I think that's the reason why you feel like you're stuck, is because you're not really ready for the change. For the Wheel of Fortune, it could represent expansion, by the way, and growth. So clearly, if you're in a situation that's not promoting that, then you're in the wrong place. Anything that is stagnant is dead, as they say. I don't know who says it, but someone says it. If you think about it, like water that is stagnant goes yucky, and water shouldn't be yucky. If something is stagnant for too long, it gets gross. So inevitably, you're in a situation that clearly has been stagnant for too long, or it's like a karmic thing. Always going in stagnant situations, it's going to get yucky over time. We need something that is like a waterfall. It's free flowing. It just goes. It's natural. Anyway, that is kind of telling me, for some of you, there is a message here. Some of you might be scared of growth. You need to listen to Esther Hicks, okay, or Abraham Hicks, okay? Go check that out. All right, let's carry on. Let's see. Something that the universe wants you to focus on this week. Okay, interesting. There are 2 Ten of Swords in this deck. This one says everything is fine, which basically means, yes, there's an ending. Yes, there's betrayal. Yes, there's backstabbing. Yes, it feels like something is coming to a complete end. However, everything will be fine. Whatever is coming to an end literally, clearly needs to go. It's not good for you. It's harmful to you, clearly, with that Ten of Swords. All right, let's see. Like, this situation looks bad. This looks bad, but it's just a reminder everything is okay. That's the universe set for you. All right, let's see. Clarify, please. The Ace of Cups and the Hermit. Now, the Hermit can represent a mentor, spirit guide, can represent the fact that you are wise and an old soul. So basically, what this feels like is that this ending is literally allowing you to step into the Ace of Cups. That could be in terms of love, new love. For example, if this is a relationship that you're in, it's clearly saying if you're the only person working on this to keep it together, and if you don't, then it's going to fall apart. You're going to have to just let it, because at the end of the day, you're doing service to yourself. You're allowing yourself to enter unconditional love by ending something that is just conditional or is not love at all. By loving yourself, now you get to focus on yourself. You know, as the Ace of Cups, now you find peace in a situation. So this ending is leading towards an emotional new beginning, and one that is amazing. Ace of Cups is just like fulfillment within your heart space. It's your emotions. It's peace. It's an abundance of it. So that's nice. If this is job, for example, I don't know. There's lots of different examples, isn't it, about how this could be. It could be friendship. It could be whatever. Clearly, it's to do with a person, though. So there is someone who's making your life a bit difficult. But Ace of Cups, when you end that situation, you no longer tolerate it and you allow it to crumble. You're doing service to yourself. That's the energy I'm feeling. Like you're entering a beginning that is so much more emotionally fulfilling, because this was not. The only emotional card that we have here is literally disappointment. That's the only feeling that you're getting from this. So moving away from this, allowing it to crumble. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Yeah, it puts you in a position where you have to change things. But Ace of Cups, you're entering peace. And I think you deserve that. Don't you? Some of you, this is your higher self. I always see it as like your the version of you who's been there, done that, watching you go through it. Is kind of lighting the way, and there is some hope. Yeah, some of you could also be feeling a little bit down. Sometimes can represent dark night of the soul, but there is this glimpse of hope that will be helping you to move forward. Okay, not all is dead as you move forward. All right. Okay, let's have a little look and see recent past for you guys. Queen of Cups could have been feeling more sensitive lately, more emotional. This is an energy of being very intuitive. Sometimes this card is a bit of like an overwhelm. Usually she's very good at dealing with her feelings and emotion. I will actually clarify it, but sometimes those emotions can get the best of her. She's very empathic. So if you imagine it a little bit like there isn't really an emotional barrier all the time, so things can kind of get to her, and feelings can kind of get the best of her, or she can forget what the barrier is between her feelings and everyone else's feelings around her. So she naturally feels everything, you know. But let's just clarify. Queen of Cups in a past of Sagittarius. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you could be doing like, you know, you could be like person who works with other people's feelings and emotions. This could be you just keeping to yourself, dealing with your feelings and trying to work on something that you've been dealing with. All right, Eight of Pentacles could be you working on your feelings and your emotional well-being, your spiritual well-being, because the Eight of Pentacles is doing work on something, is building something. Queen of Cups, something to do with your emotions are quite important though. Like maybe you're just in more of a vulnerable position, or maybe you guys do, again, like maybe you guys are people who give people advice as their form of work. Maybe you guys use your intuition. Maybe you read tarot. Maybe you do Reiki. Maybe you do something that helps others because you're an empath. Something that you could benefit from or were benefiting from in the past. Or building on your intuitive skills, by the way. Right. Now, in terms of what your strengths will be this week, the Ten of Cups, I love that. This is happiness, by the way. So this is you and other people celebrating something, or again, just being very happy. Sort of your strengths is kind of looking, I feel like what this is that this may not happen this week. I mean, you will find happiness, so don't worry about that. It's probably not in a situation you're looking for it to be, but it could be in your family or anything outside of the situation that's clearly causing some disappointment. Your strengths are kind of understanding that, you know, once the storm passes, the sun will rise again and the rainbow will come out, and you'll really understand that without the rain, there can't be a rainbow. Meaning, you know, kind of like those really intense happy feelings can only be felt by people who've been through some crap, you know. I always find that the people who aren't very like appreciative, like I'm very like, oh, the moon, oh my god, look at that tree, it's huge, like, oh my god, I wonder how old it is. Like I find like the small things fascinate me, and that's probably because I went through a stage of my life where I was just hated everything, so I love everything now, and I try my best to. People who don't go through that hole who don't go through that extreme don't get to go to the other extreme, you know. People, yeah, so I mean that's my experience. People who also are like the nicest people that you find are usually people who've been through really dark times. So it's almost like that's what I'm sensing. You've been through darkness, you're able to appreciate a lot of happiness moving forward, and that's something definitely to focus on, is how to rebuild after the situation has peed you off. All right, Ten of Cups for Sagittarius as a your strength. Now this is your card, Sagittarius. It's the Temperance card. This is about balancing your feelings. What's beautiful about this is that it works seamlessly in your reading, because this is saying, again, in time and with patience, things really are going to rebuild, and you do have spiritual support around you. So if you ever forget it, then this is just coming in saying that you do have angels around you, you do have your spirit guides, you do have people in the spirit world who are looking after you. The Two of Cups here is what they're asking you to focus on, because building on that, focusing on what you do still have left emotionally and whatever, will really help you moving forward. And you know, they're balancing those two cups. This angel here is helping you out, and it's by being patient, by working with what you've got, you can get to the Ten of Cups. All right, take a pit stop, tap into your feelings. I think you do definitely need to do that. So if you do need to meditate, that helps me. When I went through a really tough stage, like, it made me so anxious. It made me feel completely lost and angry, you know, and I hate those feelings, bad feelings in me, like anger or resentment. They actually physically feel gross. I hate them in my body. So I'm trying my best to find ways to sit in it for the time I need to. I do like meditation, guided meditation, because it can really help you to confront something that has been very difficult for you. So I would really recommend you to actually do a guided meditation. You could use the app I have a free link to that I've been promoting this week, but you can also just go on anything on YouTube. So it's up to you really, but I would really recommend it if you're dealing with like heartache and pain that might still be lingering, or you know, that's quite difficult to deal with on a daily basis. Like, take some time out, sit with it. All right, balance those feelings, those emotions, so that you can kind of now move forward from it. It takes time though. Just remember that. Right, let's see for your near future. 2 of Wands. I like this in the near future because it does represent the fact that you are going to be planning something. You're going to be looking into your horizons here, and you're going to go, all right, where should I go next? What is out there for me? I will say this card kind of does say, think big. The world is your oyster. In fact, usually she has a world in her hand, but she's got a phone here, which is very modern. This is the modern Witch's Tarot. I think it's the modern Witch's Tarot. It's this one. Like, that's the most like awkward way of doing it. All right. Some of you could be taking a business global. Some of you could just be reaching out to people, traveling. I don't know. The world is your oyster. You get to do whatever you want to do. You just have to look at it, be clear about the fact that that's something that you want, visualize it, and think about what the first step is that you can do to get there. Okay, let's clarify it though, just for those of you who want to know. 2 of Wands, please, Spirit. The moon, that's quite interesting. I do see that there is a need to look at some subconscious beliefs here. Let's clarify the moon and the 2 of Wands. Sometimes this is kind of like not really being sure, not being certain. It feels like something's hidden from you, or not being able to make your mind up about something, and that's okay. The moon and the 6 of Swords, definitely you are moving forward emotionally and subconsciously. Whatever has been challenged for you with that moon, whatever has been hidden from you, or you're feeling a little bit blocked in that area, in whatever area of your life, you will move forward. 6 of Swords represents, moving away from difficulty and into much calmer times. If you've been emotionally turbulent, and maybe in the near future that might still be the case, you are moving forward. So make sure you do give yourself credit. Again, you can't. Healing takes time. Addressing certain pains and difficulties take time. Dealing with subconscious beliefs takes time. You're going to the root of the issue, and it takes a lot of purging and stuff like that. So the moon, don't feel down on yourself if you don't know. Don't feel down on yourself if sometimes you do struggle some days to do something, even if it's for a week. It's okay to deal with difficult feelings. It's okay. Don't feel, don't add more difficult feelings because you are having difficult feelings. You don't do that to yourself. You're gonna have to give yourself this unconditional love. When we love ourselves unconditionally, it doesn't depend on what we have or the progress that we're making. It's not conditional. It's not, oh, I only love myself if I'm doing this, and that. XYZ. I only love myself. I'll only love myself when I look a certain way, or when I have a certain something, or when life looks. No, that's conditional love. What you're learning, what you're focusing on in this new beginning is really about unconditional love, and it's loving yourself despite your flaws or despite the things you still need to work on. It's a journey, it's a process. There will always be something, I'm sure, to think about and to reflect on and to deal with. So 2 of Wands, I feel like, is about looking into the future and moving forward. Some of you will be traveling or moving, okay, which I think is quite nice. It will be better than what you expect, if I'm being honest with you. So let's have a little look and see in terms of your overall energies. The 2 of Pentacles, very busy this week then, and again, balancing some things, whether it's money. I do think you got, maybe it's 2 streams of income, for example, like 2 jobs, or you're trying to work something out, okay? Expect yourself to be really trying to figure out how to make a stable foundation after everything that happens here. Okie dokie. Well, I'm going to dive into your love reading. So let's pick up these cards and clear the energy here. In the meantime, feel free to like and subscribe if you wish, whilst I'm picking up the cards. All right, let's see. For my lovely Sagittariuses, let's go in with your soulmate romance cards. Let's see. For Sagittarius. That's very interesting. Now, what's very interesting about this is, instead of really talking about somebody else, I really feel like they're asking you to make the effort and love yourself first. I feel like this is a full sentence. This says, great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take, and your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So for a lot of you, especially depending on what your situation is, people have mistreated you, and I can see that in whatever area of your life. It doesn't just have to be to do with romance. But when that happens, it is really about giving to yourself first to make sure that you now, what's a way of phrasing this? So that you can love yourself and treat yourself nicely, so you have a really good standard for when someone does come into your life. You're not just going to accept someone who gives you a little bit of love, but because that's the first sign of love you've had and it feels good in the moment, that you're like, okay, yeah, this is it. It's about when you take yourself out, when you love yourself first, when you know your worth. And if you don't now, I'm hearing if you don't know now, you know. But it's like when you actually treat yourself nicely and focus on yourself, then you kind of only really will ever accept somebody whose company feels better than just your company alone, or, you know, who's, yeah, you set a standard. So for a lot of you, there is a need to make the effort for yourself first. And that's a very clear message here. There is like a quote that says, you know, you can only really love, you can only really love, you can, what's the phrase? Someone put it down in the comments. So there's a different interpretation. When I saw that, I was like, well, that's not true. I've been in a position where I didn't really love myself, but I love someone else like completely. But that's a problem. I was with a narcissist, girl. Like I was not with the right person. But I didn't see that, you know, because I didn't love myself. I accepted a lot of crap that I shouldn't have, you know, because I didn't love myself. So, you know, it kind of is different than what we think that phrase is about, whatever it is. I don't remember. So yeah. Anyway, let's get you a few cards with this in terms of your love life. The Sagittarius, the Hierophant, Nine of Wands. So there's a little bit of commitment issues here that you will be dealing with. Death card energy, transformation in terms of your relationships. Now I'm going to speak to those of you who are in relationships, because I need to speak to those who are single, those who are dating, and those who are in a relationship. So let's just see. I always believe that the energy is always the same, just like a regular general reading. It's just that everyone's going to resonate with it in their specific situation. So if you are single, the message applies. It's asking you to really still focus on making the effort with yourself, not just saying I love myself. Make the effort. Go take yourself out. Make the effort. Treat yourself how you would like to someone to treat you. Take yourself out. Go and explore things by yourself. Take yourself on dates, or just treat yourself and pamper yourself, right? In whatever way, shape, or form. A really good way of doing that, though, is actually kind of visualizing how you would see yourself in a relationship in the future, and actually start acting like that already, just without that person, you know, or whatever. There is a change coming through when it comes down to your love life. For those of you who are single, there is commitment coming through, but I think it's about making that commitment to yourself here. I do believe that you will be healing through that kind of barrier here that's blocking you from committing to somebody. And that's why the Star card is here. It's that you are really kind of giving to yourself. You're healing yourself here. And I think that is the ultimate goal. And some of you might be wishing that somebody would do that for you. Only some of you. When really the goal is just to feel loved. So instead of looking in the external for that, try to find that in the internal. Now, for those of you who are dating, make the effort and love yourself first. Someone might not be giving you the attention that you might want. The make the effort is maybe about putting the first step forward. And if you don't really want that, then you can actually attract this person by loving yourself first. It makes you more attractive. So make sure that we're not obsessing over anybody. It's fine if you're doing that, but it's just making sure that make sure you're not like totally available, because that way people kind of will be like, oh well, you know, Sagittarius will be there when I need them. Maybe unconsciously. I don't think everyone believes, like, actually acts like that, but there's no rush for them to make a move to you if they know that you're there and available. So when you love yourself, set those boundaries and standards high, make the effort for yourself, maybe even. And again, that could be the principal message for everyone. It does feel like you're going to heal something that is actually a blockage for you in terms of love, because 9 of Wands, something feels like something's triggering you with this person that you are dating. I do see that this will go to a high level of commitment, and that's probably why you are feeling this way towards this person. I do think that you need to direct your energy towards yourself though, because this is where you do become more attractive. You shine now. You're starting to glow because you're giving yourself that love, and then somebody will want a part of that. Sorry, I didn't realize I was going on for 30 minutes. I'm gonna have to dash. But for those of you in relationships, there's a little bit of this defensiveness. Again, someone is wounded in this situation, probably is you. I think a similar situation applies. There is about making, I feel like the need for this relationship is to make the effort, and that might not just be to do with you. It could be somebody else. Similar to those who are dating, I would give the same advice, meaning that the more that you focus on yourself, all right, and kind of make the other person feel like you don't really need them, which is true. I'm sure you guys are very independent anyways. I feel like that they're probably going to step in a little bit more. But if this is the person for you and you know it, then make sure that we're not being overly guarded. Loving yourself and making sure that we also do make the effort could be a really good balance that is needed in your relationship. By making sure they are able to have their independence, you are able to have your independence and enjoy it, then this could actually heal this situation and potentially a blockage that's in the relationship. Alrighty, either way, big transformation for everybody's relationship. It's more so to do with the way that we handle problems in love and relationships, okay? But anyway, I love you guys. Wish you all the best. Send you my love. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody for this week. And I hope to see you guys next time. Alrighty.